It's Inspector ICT, and we're here with our third installment of Tech Tips. Now, I have in the studio a gentleman that I know very, very well. He owns a company that I'm familiar with very, very well. I think we even have done some business in the past. Well,
Once or twice.
once or twice. Good afternoon to you, Mr. SO Limited. Now, I gotta be honest with you, this is such a simple device, very ingenious, but what makes it so, I don't know, everybody seems to be having them now. Everyone seems to have them.
Well, I mean, they score a lot of points. They fit.
Yeah.
They fit very well between owning a fan
Yes.
and a conventional air conditioner.
Correct.
With regards providing personal comfort
Yes.
at a very, very economical price.
Very important
and
right now.
Very cost effective to run.
Extremely important
Very
right
cost
now.
effective.
Now, I gotta be honest with you, if I come down to your location, by the way, where are you guys located right now?
Upper Corn Alley.
Upper
We've
Corn
been on
Alley.
Upper Corn Alley since 2008.
Yeah.
And we've actually just renovated the store earlier this year.
Oh, fantastic.
So we have a nice living area.
Ooh. So it creates a simulated area.
Yeah,
Simulated living
area.
quarters.
So you can see the units working in an ambience that would be more befitting. So
For a natural
residential,
environment.
a residential application.
Now, I gotta be honest, I'm more concerned about, does this have a name? Is this a particular model
This-
1245? What
This is a SO900 Reggae Storm. air cooler.
What? It's
Reggae
the
Storm.
SO900
Correct.
Reggae Storm. No, you can't say it like that. It's the SO900 Reggae Storm.
We like to use Reggae Storm because it's an Italian icon.
So with this, if you come to purchase this, there's two ways I understand that you can purchase it, or you can have it within your home. There's like two systems. Explain that.
Well, okay. Initially we set up a layaway system
Yes.
where you could make payments over with a $200 deposit.
Yeah.
You can make payments over 12 weeks.
Oh, wow,
And
cool.
collect the unit once your payments are all covered.
Completed. Cool.
We also introduced last year ICT.
Yes.
We introduced a lease purchase, which is similar to hire purchase.
Yeah, like a lease to own.
Correct.
Good.
Where we have a payment plan which is laid out in one of our brochures.
Yes, yes.
Indicating whether you want to pay monthly for some people's salaries.
Right,
or
right.
weekly, depending on
Right.
how it moves. And you can take the unit on terms effectively up to 6 months, and there's no deposit required.
Fantastic.
Okay, so we're trying to work with the market. I mean, obviously everybody's watching their budget increasingly these days because of the state of the economy.
No question.
So it's we're trying to offer a level of flexibility to allow more customers, more potential customers certainly, to enjoy the benefits of having a Reggae or a Calypso or Soca Storm air cooler.
But not only that, if we're here on Tech Tips, and there are persons who already have your units in their homes, we want to show them how they can maintain the longevity of the unit.
Correct.
And in order for them to maintain the longevity of the unit, there must be some maintenance.
Yeah.
And for that to happen, there's got to be some sort of consistent cleaning, some
The
removal
maintenance-
and stuff like that.
Typically, the maintenance is really very simple.
Is it?
Okay.
It's
yeah,
not like a
is-
rocket science thing. I don't gotta have a
No,
big
we don't-
book of
we don't-
engineering and
none
of that.
No gases,
Oh,
no
wow.
manifolds, no bottles, no compressors.
None of that.
No.
Okay,
very,
cool.
very straightforward. Straight off the bat, the simplest method is basically cleaning.
Standard cleaning.
Standard cleaning.
I don't
Any
have to buy
cleaning-
any special product to clean it with.
No. Any mild detergent, popular brands of dishwashing liquid,
Right.
watered down, can be used on a damp cloth, are usually sufficient to clean and maintain your unit in reasonable condition.
Okay, let me ask a quick
Quickly.
question. Let me ask a quick question. Now, what do I normally do? Do I get the hose out and just kind of with the dishcloth and wipe the whole
Well,
thing down?
the hose can be used. In
Yep.
fact, we do use the hose when we are servicing them. Typically, if I can spin this unit around.
Of course you can.
There we go. Okay. We can have Tiffany, you can show us the room.
Forgive me. I heard that there was
Tiffany,
this lovely
Tiffany, our
effervescent assistant. Good afternoon. How you doing? I just want to introduce you. This is Tiffany. This is a girl that you're going to meet when you come down to SO Limited. Tiffany, I want to know, how can I maintain the longevity of my Reggae Storm, is it?
Correct.
Yes.
How do I keep it clean? How do I maintain it? How do I clean it? Obviously, I'm seeing some mesh at the back here.
Yes.
So what do I normally do if I wanted to remove this?
To remove it,
Yes.
there'll be a screw here.
Yes, you
Just
remove that
it.
screw.
Yes. Press these two tabs down.
Yes, you press the two tabs down.
Pull it out
Pull it backwards.
and up.
Okay, put it back and up.
And there you go.
And this is something that normally would start first of all as a first area of collection.
Yes.
So we'll have to clean this off probably with a hose. You say
use a garden hose,
a garden hose
or a
and
vacuum
wash it
cleaner.
through. Or a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
So once we would have cleaned this, very simply put, we put this behind here.
Always remember.
Yes.
Quick. Always remember.
Tell me.
You're using the hose. You use the hose to blast the debris or dust, accumulated dirt from the inside of the
mesh.
screen out. With a vacuum cleaner, a lot of people are subject to allergies these days.
This is
and
true.
these do a very good job of sifting a lot of impurities out of the air on their own.
Yes.
But to reduce the instance of dust being spread around, rather than using, say, a hand brush or something like that, where you're going to put the dust back in the air, use a vacuum cleaner to suck it off from the outside of the screen, and that way you
Reduce the number of dust.
Yeah,
that
you
you're
keep
gonna
the
be
dust
putting back
levels
in.
down.
Fantastic. Now that we've gotten to stage 1, stage 2, I see something that looks like almost like a honeycomb design. Not sure
Correct.
what this is. I'm
It's
kind
a
of confused.
cellulose treated paper pad.
Cellulose treated paper.
Correct. And that allows it to be impervious to certain, it gives it a certain rigidity. Obviously, if
Of
you
course,
have
of
paper
course.
that you wet, it becomes a soggy ball of mush.
Well, there you go.
Whereas with this, it will maintain its rigid structure to some extent and allows handling of it.
So what do
to
I
be a
do?
lot
I just
easier.
grab it and then try to pull it out. How is that done?
You put your
Fingers on the top corners.
There you go.
and pull it out.
Tiffany is a great
Pull it out.
demonstrator
She
of
is.
this
Very,
work.
very good. And
This is very
again,
important. This
Tell
should
me.
be dry.
It should always
Dry
be.
out the pads before.
it makes it
So
easier
don't
handling.
wet it up. Don't mess with it. Leave it
Yeah.
alone. Don't get it plugged in. Leave it alone for a
Correct.
while, especially if you know Saturday's cleaning day. I'll leave it alone since Thursday,
Yeah.
and then have it by the time it's dry. You know,
Actually,
Saturday.
it only takes 5 minutes to dry it out.
A joking,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, 5 minutes or less.
Okay, cool. This is
Depending on how hot it
fantastic.
is.
Yep.
So with that said, we have been able to clean the back very thoroughly. Now that the honeycomb is out, is there a way to clean the honeycomb? Do you clean the honeycomb itself, or do you leave that alone?
You can gently scrub the
top?
the cooling pad.
Yes.
Okay. On the outside with
soft
a
brush.
soft brush.
Yes.
Okay. And you can rinse it through with a hose.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Alternatively, you can use a vacuum cleaner with a soft brush attachment.
Oh,
Okay.
fantastic.
And put it back in. Another point that's very important too, though, is where you're using obviously. APUA water, for example, or
Yes.
municipal water, you will have a buildup of chlorine in the water because as the water evaporates, it'll leave chlorine back.
I got you.
And the chlorine concentration in the tank will increase. Now, although this is good in some senses, it also not compromises, but it will have an effect on the performance. So it's very important once every 6 weeks or so
Yes.
to drain the water and top it up with fresh water.
I got
if you
you.
get any odors, chances are that is where it's coming from. So you drain the water, put in fresh water, run the system, and then drain the water again. So you're effectively flushing it 2-3 times, usually will suffice, and then away you go again.
Now, before I even continue, obviously, if you had a fan, a regular fan, it does accumulate some dust on the front. I got to be honest with you, it does. Is there any way to clean the front of the
Yes.
unit? Oh, you can.
Yes,
I was
yes,
just
yes.
curious, but you
Actually,
can.
it's probably one of the I would imagine one of the more popular questions that we've learned that would probably be asked, should be on our frequently asked questions and answers on our website.
Okay, you do have a
And
website. So
we
we'll
do
talk
have a
about that a little
website,
bit later.
www.s-o-limited.com. But
Fantastic.
suffice to say, the cleaning of the louvers and the diffuser on this can be tricky if you don't know how to do it. So what Tiffy's going to demonstrate to you right now is how to take the louvers out carefully.
Taking the louvers out.
Now you can to take the louvers out to allow you to clean the diffuser and the main duct. Air
So
duct.
let's start with step one. Step
Step
one.
one.
What do we do first,
will be
Tiffany?
to pull the louvers out of the clips, out to the center post.
Yes.
Okay, all the way up.
After we've done
And the
that, now,
horizontal
Tiffany,
louvers can take a fair amount of bending. Now she
so they're a
will-
bit rigid and a bit tough, even though they're flexible.
Yeah, they're fairly.
Oh, this is
fairly
good
tough.
stuff.
So she can bend the center up and pull the
Oh,
ends
okay,
out
okay.
of the right hand side.
I don't know if she's strong or they're just that easy.
She's done this once or twice.
Oh, there you go.
She's a
No,
talented.
she's been around, yeah?
And then once you've done that, there are 2 clips on the inside, at the
right.
top and the bottom of the center post that you press down and that will release the whole assembly,
Yes,
louver
she's done
assembly,
that. She's done that.
which can now be pulled out from the left.
This is rather easy. I mean, it
is.
doesn't take a rocket scientist
No.
or an engineer, and you don't have to put on mask and gloves and a whole decorative item.
The first time done it,
There you go.
it's a little
There
bit
you go.
fiddly, but obviously once
And of
you
course, you can get inside here
Correct.
and clean it out. There you go.
Can
My
reach
hands are
right
pretty
in-
big. I have
and
some pretty big hands.
you got shovels, man.
Well, there you go. I mean, I gotta be honest. They're big. And at least you can get right inside and get inside there clean.
Yes. You
So
can.
that to make sure that when you're talking about maintaining a healthy,
Yeah.
go green atmosphere, especially persons can be, you know, the
lot of
dust
people
particles are very
subject-
sensitive to that.
Actually,
so I know that would be great.
A
For them.
lot of people increasingly suffer from allergies.
They do.
And a lot of allergies and a lot of the ailments that we catch or we contract nowadays are from the excessive periods that we spend indoors.
I've heard that.
And
Homeborne-
homes, offices, all these sort of places where the air doesn't get an opportunity to change very much. Okay,
almost
the windows are
recirculating
closed.
the same air over and over.
And where you have dust particles come in, or somebody comes in, for example, with the flu,
Yeah.
everybody will contract it.
Got you. Got you.
So it's very good to. These here do a very good job of taking a lot of particular
Removing, yes.
particles out of the air. And the ionizer also goes a long way to enhancing the air quality. And we've had very, very positive feedback from a lot of people
Fantastic.
with allergies or emphysema or asthma even, that have these units working in their homes and businesses. Yeah.
You know what? Now that we've removed the front panel for cleaning, I did my cleaning. I really didn't have to
Yeah.
get too dirty.
Yeah.
I had my little,
I've
wash
got all my
rag,
squeezy
a little
dried
bit of
off.
detergent with some water.
There you go.
Now it's dry. How do we put it back? What's the steps that you go about?
We'll
first of all?
locate the main tie rod
Hold
on
on
the
a second.
left
Now move
side.
that for a second. Let me turn this to the
Turn it a
camera
little bit,
so
yeah.
the camera can pick this up. There's a little
show.
part here that they
We've got a locating
and,
pin.
and then also this goes into that slot. Just point to the slot for me, please,
Right
Tiffany. Right there. And this piece here goes into that slot first.
Yes.
That's
Correct.
the first thing that you
First
do.
thing.
Okay, now that we can turn it back around and then we can show that. So now once that goes
In.
You
And-
locate
Now
your
you-
louvers, each
now you
individual
can
louver.
start. Do you put in the center post? Do you,
No. You'll start locating your louvers
Oh,
initially.
go back the same way that you went the
Yeah.
first time when
It's-
you.
it's
In
so
reverse.
so
just a
what you did
reverse
last,
procedure.
you do first.
Yes.
Correct.
So now you start on the left side, pushing back in the post in the slots that are provided.
Correct.
Yes.
Once you've done all of them,
That's correct.
then you put back in the center post.
Yep.
I am
And then
being taught-
once you've got the center post located, you can dislocate again all of the louvers horizontally so that you can bend them to fit them back in the right
In the right slots.
on the slots on the right hand side. Yeah.
and you can start from bottom or top.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, for me, I'll recommend start from the bottom.
Always start from the bottom and work your way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're 5 or if you're 55 or 85. Anyone can really not only own a unit like this, but also can maintain a unit like
They're
this.
very, very
I mean, really and
straightforward.
truly.
Very straightforward.
Anytime you have an AC unit, not knocking AC units, mind you, but we're just talking about the differences. You have to call somebody who is technically inclined
Correct.
to come and clean that properly. With this, it's not the case. You can own it very simply, you can maintain it very simply, and you know what? On Tech Tips, you've taught us how to do that, and I really am happy that
Well,
you're able to
basic
bring
point.
this on board for us.
I mean, we do offer service. We do offer service at our store. Obviously, you
course.
can bring the units in. We carry a complete inventory of genuine spares.
Of course, there are persons who
And-
just like your personality, your
Right.
bubbly spirit, and they want to just come in and bring the unit in to be maintained.
Some of them
has
do.
nothing to do with the fact that they can do it themselves, but they do like that kind of a
We've
communication
become-
of value.
As we've become affluent, some of us have become a bit lazy. It's like it's easier to
I wasn't
pull up-
gonna go there.
It's
I
easier to
wasn't
pull
gonna-
up and say, "Hey,
Fix
come
that."
here, come here, hey, deal with us," you know. So in that sense, it's it's a service that we offer over and above. So there you go. That's a basic service requirements of a reggae store.
Fantastic. Now that we've covered that, you know what? We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I understand that you have a much bigger unit.
We've got
It's
bigger.
it called the Calypso unit?
Oh, let's talk about it when we come back.
Okay, when we come back, we'll talk about that
There
big
you go.
boy. That
All
big
right.
boy when we get back.
No problem.
So when we get back, Inspector ICT takes it over with a much, much bigger